Hi, Leah. So I feel like a complete savage. Full moon in Gemini is just a few hours away. My mind has gone completely haywire, which is why I haven't done your reading, which is also why I didn't do your extended, because what was bothering me started then, and you guys are super intuitive when it comes to me. I don't even want to talk about what's going on with my hair. We'll talk about that in January when I go back to New York and see Mark Anthony at Bumble and Bumble, who I'm sure will be able to tell me what to do. So, I never want to be savage to you guys, and I never am, and I never will be. So I keep myself away. I do that Virgo thing when I know I won't be nice, because I'm never going to subject you to what's going on with me. The Fool and the Five of Wands. But now that I've figured out what I need to do personally, and the savagery is at an all-time high, I feel like I can completely connect with your energy. So before I take my child shopping for the day, so he can get all new clothes and new stuff, because he's grown, mashallah, again. Leo rising. Leo rising is getting his day on the town. I want to do this first, because you guys deserve it, and I feel good enough to do it, and I know you guys have been waiting, and I have so many things to tell you. So let's start with your first card out, the Fool card. As first cards go, it doesn't get any better than this. And in a lot of ways, you are feeling like this in your life. When you have gone through the changes that for a year we have gone through together now, you know how affirming it is to get that Fool card. If you haven't been on the journey the whole time, perhaps you're like, okay, that's a great card. But if you've been here with us the whole time, then you know that to get the beginning of the hero's journey again is exactly what we needed and exactly what we were looking for. The conflict, I know I didn't show you yet the other card that fell out. It's the Seven of Swords in reverse. So the conflict and the reality that you will begin to see of people. You see, because when he's right side up, you don't know that he's lying. He's good at hiding it. He's sneaky, right? The Five of Wands and then the Seven of Swords means that the sneakiness, the conflict that's been coming out of the gaslighting, the conflict that's been coming out of someone being this way but then making you feel like it's you that's being crazy, all of that is going to be exposed. And you know what? I'm very happy that I've waited as long as I have to do this reading, because I know that the Gemini full moon, it's a super moon, and the light is shining from Sagittarius to Gemini. There is no way that those two energies are not going to bring the truth up. Don't get it twisted. A lot of the times, the reason why Leos can fuck with Geminis and a lot of other signs won't is because Leos can handle it. When a Gemini tells you the truth, a lot of signs go, oh. You know, Leos are like, yeah, but you a bitch too. And you're like, this is true. You got me. Let's move on. Okay, you're right. Let's move on. So, the truth of the Gemini supermoon is going to, it's going to bring the truth up and out. The devil and the Hierophant. God and the devil, maybe. So we have three major arcana out. Let's look at them together. That which you are heading towards, which you feel in your heart, you know you're here, regardless of what's been going on relationship-wise or work-wise or anything. You know you're here, yeah? You're moving on from all of this. Perhaps the full moon finally shows you, because the thing is, I realized something about Leos. It's really interesting, and I think I realized it from my son, but I always kind of knew it, but it's only like being around him, because I know how much of my personality, just innate in my bones, is Cancer rising. So I know how important the rising signs are. So just watch him. And the Leo in him, the Leo rising, what it does is it brings a certain checklist to the truth. There is a little wriggle room, okay, here and there. The Leo will give you a little room like, oh, that didn't sound quite right. That wasn't very nice. Okay, tolerance. There's a certain level of tolerance. I know, this is why I'm saying. We'll talk about it in January. I should just put it up, but you guys are like, no, we want the hair. So, it's okay. We'll talk about it. So, yeah, I'm mad about it. So, there's a checklist to the truth. There's a checklist to the tolerance, perhaps. Let's put it that way. You know, like you get quite some tries, but then when the thing is put in front of a Leo in their face, it's a certain thing. It's so weird because I have it too, and I think it's Leo 3rd house, which is why I have it, and Saturn Leo. It's like there's all these things that will happen, and I'll just tolerate, and my son is the same as tolerate, and then something will happen that you'll think is so minuscule, so unimportant, and his reaction is like, that's messed up. And I've noticed that every time that comes out of him, it's because he senses in the situation or the person or whatever is going on that one person does not care. Whenever he feels like someone doesn't care, he reacts that way. And I think that's a very Leo thing to do. I think Leos will tolerate quite a lot, but they will not tolerate the sneaky, deceptive, you're making fights with me, you're fighting with me. Meanwhile, you're being deceptive and, deceitful. How are you making me such a problem, making me feel like I'm such a problem when you've been out doing this and now I see it for what it is? And now you have these road signs in front of you. Here you are kind of fumbling around in the dark with this Fool card going, okay, let's go. Let's walk right off a cliff then. All right, let's do it. If we're going to go, we're going to go. All right. So, here come the road signs now. Okay, you want to go, but there's a couple of things you have to take into account. What are both of these things indicative of? What are they emblematic of? The institution. This is the church, the Pope, the old things, the things that have persisted throughout time. Okay, this is that. The Capricorn card, the Saturn card, is Saturn coming into that part of your life where you constantly will have to deal with the establishment. This is work stuff. This is life stuff. Past your emotional problems. This is like, okay, the difference between what you guys have been doing and what you will have to do now is this. You can want to quit drinking because you feel like you drink too much and like it messes with you a little and sometimes you can't pay your bills on time or whatever and like that sucks and you don't want to do that anymore. And you like young and you figuring it out. Or you could be having your house foreclosed on because you've been drinking for so long that now it's like do or die. Either like you go to get help or like they're going to take your house or something. In some, let's say, dystopian society, this is how it works, okay? So you are at the point now where it is absolutely essential for you to refocus on life and step outside of the emotional bubble that this bullshit has kept you trapped in for a really, really long time. This is the bottom of the deck so far. And I'm not surprised. If these are the two cards that fell out and this is the bottom of the deck, what does this say to you? You guys are smart. What does this say to you? Even though, the polar opposite of you is always trying to stay saying that you're not smart and that everything you do is petty and superficial compared to them. But we'll get to Aquariuses in a little bit. What do you think? What's confusing you? I think what's confusing you is the idea that this is good and this is bad. There is nothing confusing here. This is not good and this is not bad. This is the same. I need you to understand that what you will be up against in the next year, in the next coming 2.5, 3 years, is that you're going to have to see a way between what you think you know is completely right and what isn't. That checklist of tolerance, you're going to get pushed now. You're going to get pushed to make a judgment, a decision. I don't think you guys can walk away from stuff until you think that that person is a bad person. I don't think that you can walk away from a job situation. It's like my son. It's like when he finally loses it because of something, it's like he's like, that person's not a good person. That person doesn't care. So I feel like you guys are now having to weigh this out and be like, is this situation, is this job, is this friendship, is this whatever I'm dealing with? Like, again, Leo 3rd house, how I deal with friends and family. I'm going through exactly this. Like, yo, once someone shows you what's really, really, really good and they mad sneaky and their sneakiness and their bullshit causes mad problems in your life, whether that be it makes you insecure, it makes you feel like they're cheating on you, whether that be because they are abusive to you and they gaslight you, whether it be because someone at work is taking the credit for what you do or someone at school is putting you down or bullying you, it doesn't matter. When you see this sort of, subtle aggression that then turns into very aggressive, the passive aggression that turns into aggressive aggression, if you will, this is when you decide it is a push away from all of those things that you say, okay, well, you know what? I'm ready to be brave enough to walk off a cliff because walking off a cliff is better than this bullshit. Now, once you've done that, then once you've decided to do that, you realize what's going to hold you up in that decision and keep you walking and keep you from not falling off that cliff but walking in midair is realizing this. Where are you going to make judgments, but where are you also not going to make judgments? Where are you going to withhold your judgment? Where are you going to realize now that certain things don't need to be put in a good or bad category? Maybe they just need to go away. Maybe you don't need to stick around long enough to be like, oh, this person is a good or bad person, even though I'm telling you within the next day and a half or 2 days, you'll have some indication of whatever is the most cloudy in your life is going to be illuminated. When it is illuminated, do nothing, say nothing, take a break. Take a break. Your claws are going to come out. Your fangs are going to come out. Listen, I told you, when I get mad, I can taste Jack Daniels in the back of my throat. I have a Pavlovian reaction to, like, I know when I'm real angry. It's like tasting blood in your mouth. Like, I can taste brown liquor in my mouth when I get, like, that's when I know when I'm like, That's the other thing I do. I start laughing, which has always been so like counterintuitive to people that were arguing with me because they're like, why is she laughing? And I'm like, whoa, I'm laughing because I'm about to kill you. That's why I'm laughing. Why are you not crying? Why are you not running? Like, you're going to have the taste of Jack Daniels in your mouth. You're going to have your claws out. Here we go. 9 of Pentacles. King of Wands. Queen of Cups. The Sun, thank you very much. The Lovers, okay, Geminis. And the Knight of Swords. All right, let me show you these cards. We'll make some sense of them, yeah? Excuse my need. See, I'm really, like, literally walking out the door to go take my son shopping. I was like, no, I just want to do this first. All right, look. So first you had the Fool. Okay. Take it back. Okay. You had the Fool, the 5 of Wands, the 7 of Swords in reverse, and then we had the Hierophant and the Devil. Yes? Good. Now, we realize that these are two polar opposites that are actually quite similar. Yes? We realize that we have to look past our conventional sense of right and wrong now and realize that what we are actually railing against is the establishment itself, whether that's your marriage, whether that's a Capricorn that's giving you hell, whether that's just rules in general, whether that's financial tightness that's coming up on you, whether it's your own sense of rigidity that is starting to get to you, or if it is someone who is consistently being awful to you. Now you will have to look past the Leonine reaction of, that person's terrible, that person's a bad person, kill this person, you get rid of this person. No. Stop. For the next 3 years, you have to look at things like this. This is the establishment. If you want to get away from this, then get away from it. But railing against it like this, and trying to find and trying to mete out like the good, bad, the gold star and the lump of coal or whatever, is not going to happen. These energies are going to dominate your life now. These two energies are going to dominate your life. And they're going to do so for quite some time now. Why? Because it falls in a place, Saturn falls in a place in your sign, like because of your sign, it falls at a spot where it takes over. Because it's the part of you that loves to work, loves to organize, loves to have it together. Because the thing is, you guys love to look good. Looking good requires money. Looking good and feeling good require money, right? Like, if I said that in another video, they would roll their eyes and be like, well, not really. And Leos are all sitting there shaking their head going, hell yeah, it does. You know it does. Excuse me. We gotta shine, baby. Of course that requires money. What the hell? You know? Sometimes what glitters is gold, baby. Right? You know? Hashtag stay tuned for the Aquarius video. And now here we go. The Lovers and the Knight of Swords coming in. So I was going to hold off on talking about the Gemini unless the Gemini came up. But here is your Gemini full moon. There is your Saturn into Capricorn. And here is your Gemini full moon. Now, let's look at these cards down here, because they are, after all, the most important. I think you can already tell. 9 of Pentacles. Very synchronistic here. We good. We really are. We really are. You still have these remnants from old things that you're holding on to. I get it. But you will quickly realize that walking off this cliff with any real baggage means you fall down. The reason he doesn't fall when he walks off the cliff is because he has no baggage. Well, relatively limited baggage, yeah? This is baggage. That's release. We'll get to that in the extended. I promise. December 5th, you'll have an extended. 9 of Pentacles. We're here. We're here. We have some focus on this house. This is where Saturn comes to play and live and be comfortable for the next 3 years. But you good. You're good. You're all right. Now, if you're a Leo that's not good, get to work. Get to work quickly, and whatever is emotionally keeping you from your money, let it go. Okay? In Islam, the Prophet, peace be upon him, says, anything that disturbs your heart, let it go. Anything that disturbs the peace of your heart, let it go. This is messing with your money. Saturn is going to come in and go, what's messing with your money? Saturn's like the big brother who comes home and goes, who's been messing with my sister? Oh, you've been messing with her money? Oh, she over here trying to make her money and get that bag, and you over here trying to mess with her? Oh, really? Who are you? What's your name? What's your name, Aries? What's your name, Sagittarius? What's your name, Leo? What's good? Who do we need to, who's bothering you exactly? because we need to tear this down so we can make something better. Now, because that's happening, because this energy comes in a material way, I think, interestingly, what it will do for you, which is not material at all, is that it will give you emotional freedom. See, there is something so comforting about Saturn coming into your house of work. And people are like, what? Comforting? How? Yes, there is. Just like there's something comforting, as a Gemini I'm talking now, just as there is something comforting about Saturn coming into your house of relationships. Yes, it's awful and it hurts and it shakes everything to the ground and it takes people away from you and it's terrible. But really, when he leaves, and I'm saying this with someone who has 3 weeks left in their transit through their house of relationships with Saturn, by the time he leaves, what he's given you is so rock solid in terms of foundation that there is absolutely no question that in 3 years, your work life, money life, luxury life, the playa life will be all the way up. All the way up. See, because the awesome thing about Saturn, just like Capricorns, even if you're messing with someone and they're lying to you, because I see it, we'll get there. The awesome thing about this energy for your work house is that everything it teaches you, everything it gives you, when it leaves it with you. It says here, take this, shine even brighter. Now, let's get to this Gemini full moon. First, if you have a Gemini in your life and they are being very aggressive, yes, because they have a lot going on right now and they may be taking that out on you. If you are in a situation with an abusive Gemini and you finally decided to voice yourselves to them or try to get away from them, their reaction may not be the most pleasant. Now, how to handle it. This is either the Gemini energy coming at you in the full moon or Gemini energy coming at you otherwise, air sign energy coming at you really aggressive, okay? Aggressive towards what part of your life? This love part of your life. Why would a Gemini come across as this awful in terms of love right now for the month of December? Because they're going through a Mercury retrograde. Saturn's leaving their house of relationships and the retrograde is in their house of relationships. All they're going to do is fuck up, Leo. All the Gemini moon is going to show you is shit that you should not, don't try to not see it. You'll see it and you'll believe it. It's not real. It's not real. It's so trickster. It's such a trickster energy with Pisces and Neptune right there. It's so trickster that it's almost comical. Don't fall for the bait, cat. Don't do it. Now, yes, there may still be a situation here where you have an utmost sort of tenderness towards a fire sign, or flip, you have some sort of insane tenderness towards a water sign that you can't quite hold on to. This is a situation that through this Saturn transit will help you, even though it's in your house of work, it's going to help you resolve emotional issues. When Saturn leaves in 3 years, what it will leave you with in terms of emotional and relationship stability is that you will understand that no matter what is going on in any other aspect of your life, no one ever again will be able to sneak and lie and limit you in terms of your financial and worldly capabilities. Sure, they may still be able to get under your skin in other ways emotionally, but I think what this is going to do is it's going to lift your self-esteem. What this is going to do is lift your self-esteem so much that after this is over, okay, as 2018 progresses, when you come across people like these people that you're having a hard time letting go of, you can apply to them a different formula, a formula from a higher place of self-esteem. If you are one of the many Leos that have been watching and have been going through abusive relationships or trying to get out of abusive cycles, here comes Saturn to be like, baby, girl, focus on your money right now so we can go, so we can get out of here. Let's get that bag. If you're a guy and you're dealing with another fire sign like you or a water sign or a Gemini, I feel so bad for you because it feels like everything is closing in on you, and all you've got to like kind of stand on is you're sick of the conflict, but you're also sick of the sneaky lying. Now, if this sneaky lying is you catching an Aquarius by the neck, watch the Aquarius video, because I watch the Aquarius video. So, I'm not going to say nothing else about that. Now, this is also always the dad card, Leo. So again, when Saturn hits any of our houses, it brings up the dad thing because that's daddy. You see what I'm saying? It's going to trigger that dad thing. Now, if that dad thing is triggered in you, your dad issue, if you're a guy or a girl, is triggered in you because somehow money-related triggering is what's going to happen. Okay? It's going to be how your dad was or wasn't with money. What is the relationship that you created or cultivated with your father in terms of finances? How does that still affect you now? These are things that you can see how that would in a much larger way play into your romantic life. Let me give you another example of how that works. Studies prove that no matter what our relationship is with our mom, it is ultimately the relationship that we have with our fathers that determine our level of emotional stability in adulthood. So, your relationship with your father is examined every 3 years in a different way over and over again throughout your life as Saturn moves through this cycle. Now we come to a place where your work, your value through work, has a spotlight put on it. End of December, even more of a spotlight gets put on it, and you get to now for 3 years work with what will not only bolster you financially, real accomplishments, real gains, real rewards, real gratitude from the people you work with, because you'll know how to extract your value from them. Capricorn never gets played in terms of value. They're like, oh, you don't value me? I'll walk. And nobody lets them walk because everybody values them. You will gain all of this. But as such a lovely, unanticipated bonus, Mercury retrograde is fucking with me so hard already. It's not even funny. What the bonus that you get just for playing, thank you for playing, is that your love life heals. Because it is through this process that you now begin, that you will begin to see how your value is so multifaceted. And it doesn't always have to be, Leo, about how much you care. There's other aspects of you, even though your capacity to care is phenomenal and we all stand in awe of it. And I always say this, Leos are not trying to get attention. The sun is never trying to get attention. If you think Leos try to get attention, you're just a hater. Leos don't try to get attention, they get attention. They're never trying, they just get it. Most of the time they get sick of it, to be honest. But then most of the time, no. But I'm just saying, so if you was a hater and you're one of those people that likes to be like, oh, well, Leos love attention, you should be like, no, Leos don't love attention, Leos get attention. We can't help it. The sun is never asking for you to look at it. Trust. Okay? If anything, the sun's like, don't look at me. You want me to blind you? You want me to blind you? You want me to blind you? Test me, bitch. Test me. You think I want this attention? Get this attention everywhere I go, bitch. I'm the sun. This is what I'm saying. Okay? I'm telling you, this Gemini full moon, I am so savage. I just need to go take my kid shopping and get him ice cream and just be a nice human being for the rest of the day. But before I go, take a look. It's really good. Everything moving forward from this full moon will be really good. But for the next 3 weeks, for the love of God, these people here, they're going to try so hard with their sneaky bullshit to pull you into mad shit. This is the holidays. This is holiday parties. This is drinking too much around stupid people who are going to mouth off to you. And then all of a sudden you got to scratch them. Just don't do it. I know it's weird advice for the holidays, but seriously, hide your heart, Leo. Hide your heart, give it a little time. We got such good things, such good things. Major Arcana coming out, last card to be like, you know what it is. We got a whole year and nothing but shine coming up. Relax, work hard, focus. Find your center in this material world, recenter out of the emotional so we can, first of all, get this money so we could shine even brighter, flex even harder, so these bitches could be even more mad. But also, aside from that, come on. But you can't have this until you know this. And you can't know this until you get taught. Okay? Not everybody gonna be mad. Everybody got a 15-minute video, and Leo's got a 30-minute. Well, Leo's also been waiting for like 2 months almost because they didn't even get an extended. And plus, I love you guys, and I've been waiting to speak to you about mad shit. I'm not gonna do it now because I'm like ultra savage again, but I'll do it in the extended. I love you guys. I'll see you in January.